going to be like.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up? What's on your mind?
I don't know, nothing.
Okay, well, why are we here?
I don't know.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Cool.
Well, we're here because this morning I was like, oh, let's go talk about Carly Gregg. And then I was like, wait, her appeal they already did her Supreme Court appeal. And then you were like, oh, Mississippi. And I was like, no, her case is in Ohio. Why is this Mississippi? And then I was like, oh, I thought this was the wrong person. But we can still talk about Carly Gregg too.
You mean Morgan Geyser?
First I was like, oh my gosh, Morgan Geyser. And then I was like, wait a minute. No, this is the girl out of Ohio, Sidney Powell. And then I was like, wait, her Supreme Court hearing already happened. So wait, no. Oh, Carly Gregg. Okay, yeah, I know who that is. All right, let's talk about that then.
Okay.
Morgan, Sidney, and Carly. It sounds like a law firm.
Yeah, or a Nickelodeon show.
So then I watched the Supreme Court thing, as did you, I believe.
Yeah,
and I took notes
a couple times, and both arguments seem silly to me. So, I probably don't understand.
So if you guys recall, for anyone who may be watching this that doesn't already read my brain, which is behind you, if you need to read it again. This was the case where the 14-year-old Carly Gregg killed her mom, shot her mom at home. And there's video, close CC video in her kitchen. And so you could see her go to her bedroom, then go to across the hall where her mom was. You can hear the gunshots. And then she went back in the kitchen, opened her mom's phone.
Her dogs are going crazy, right?
Her dogs are going crazy. Oh, I don't want the dogs.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That always makes me feel the worst. And then she called her stepdad texted her stepdad as her mom and said, when are you going to be home? And then when he came in, she shot him and he like wrestled her, didn't he?
I don't remember.
And then she ran out the backyard.
I just remember her running.
So, and apparently she was upset because someone had tipped her mom off that she had been smoking weed or something, and her mom was going in her room to go find the weed. And there had just been some she had been rebellious and her mom was kind of onto her. And anyway, so she pled not guilty by reason of insanity. And there was some significant history there. But my overall remembrance and impression was that there wasn't a whole lot of information. Like I felt like there was a possibility that she actually was psychotic. But I don't know if I remember a ton of the details that made me think,
well, I know that 100%. From the date of the crime to the date of the sentencing or the trial was like 184 days, 6 months to commit the crime, probable cause, arrest, psychological tests, everything. 6 months. That's crazy.
That is pretty crazy. That's actually really crazy.
Yeah.
And I remember also thinking, I mean, her defense team really cared about her. I remember that her whole family was there supporting her, wanting her to get the help she needed, not to go to prison. Even the stepdad that she shot testified and was very like, I'm not afraid of her. She just needs help. Mm-hmm. And she did not waive speedy trial. That's correct. However, she still could have, within there, if they feel like they didn't have what they needed. But I remember at the end thinking, so one of the big things is that, I took some notes of some of the things, but so after the verdict, they immediately went to sentencing.
Okay.
And what I understand when they're appealing, they're saying, So in Mississippi, if you're even if you're tried as an adult, if you commit the crime as a juvenile, there's no life without parole, or there's not supposed to be life without parole. Like, because she was 14 when she
Right.
committed.
Did they pass that in July? Like right after she was sentenced?
After, I don't know. So I don't know what the confusion is, because there's this argument about, oh, well, if there's no such thing, then what are they even arguing about? What is the jury even having to decide? Because the jury instructions were life with parole or life without parole. And the jury even sent a question in saying, if she gets life with parole, how long will she have to serve before? And in closing arguments, the state said, I wrote this down. The state said, if you give her life with parole, she could be out in a year. So you might see her at the store or wherever. And so they're saying, like, you can't use fear, like scaring the community into a certain judgment, right?
I agree with that.
Yeah, OnlyFans everywhere. It's actually a bot. It's just a bot. So yeah, so I don't know if they passed that in July, then I guess can it not be retroactive? I don't know, but that whole argument was really weird. And basically the defense saying, look, they gave her life without parole. Like, you can't do that to a 14-year-old, which I agree.
Yeah.
I think that's bogus. I mean, it doesn't mean they have to get parole, but let's at least give them a chance. Like, think about yourself when you're 14.
Giving some hope.
Yeah, 14 versus even 24. Like, totally different person, you know? Like, that's, even though jail makes people worse. But anyways, okay, so there was another argument that they said at the very beginning of trial, I think this was even in pre-trial, that there's a blanket statement made by the court that this court does not grant continuances.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
So he was arguing that, like, when you make a blanket statement like that, it forces the attorneys to not motion for that, you know? So, like, if they needed more time, there was this impression that you're not going to get it. So you better just work within and that was unconstitutional.
And there's also a rule that, or whatever the word is, that it can't be held against them that they didn't ask for something that they knew they weren't allowed to get or something like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. That sounds like the Beth
I know that
Silverman.
doesn't make sense.
No, it does. It reminded me of when you were like, Beth Silverman tells you what you, what she's going to tell you. Then yeah. Okay. And then, and then he seemed to be arguing some ineffective assistance of counsel, which I do remember during the trial thinking, I wonder if they're trying to go for that, like trying to make sure at the end of all this, someone can appeal on that. And I know PETA always says nobody is going to practice in a way that they're able to be called ineffective. Like, nobody's going to do that. Right. But I don't know. I kept thinking that, like, maybe even at the end when they were like, oh, okay, let's just go straight to sentencing without any mitigating testimony. That shocked me. You're not going to get
said that.
Yeah. So the state asked for it and the defense didn't object to it. And I was like, they're not going to have anyone speak for her.
But he argued today something about her grandma.
Right. And so he argued today that the defense, that's the ineffective assistance of counsel that he's saying, that the defense should not have agreed to that, because they could have recalled the 2 forensic psychs that the state even had, because even those 2 psychs said, like, she's not evil. Like, she can be rehabilitated and she is close to the Monotone standard. So, like, it was pretty close to saying she's not guilty by reason of insanity. So they had family members that were all there willing to speak on her behalf. Her grandmother wasn't allowed to testify, but she could have apparently in the mitigating phase. Yeah, it was really, really weird. And I remember being really upset with the defense. Like, you're not going to say anything.
Yeah.
Let's just go to sentencing right away and do arguments. So they had 7.5-minute arguments, either that or 15 minutes each. They said they couldn't tell from the record. I don't know how you don't tell that from the record. Can't you see how long they spoke? Like, you can see the transcript, right? Anyway.
Yeah.
So the other thing they talked about.
Maybe though, whenever he put the grandma up during trial, because he thought that was smart then, but seeing how it all played out, he could argue that it was ineffective now.
Well, they didn't. Oh, I see. Like in hindsight.
Yeah. Like he didn't plan on arguing ineffective. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And because this is an appellate attorney anyway, this isn't the person that defended her.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
So like ideally, as a defense attorney, you don't want them to be able to say you were ineffective.
Of
right?
course.
Like, so you're not going to be like, oh, we got to make an appeal issue. Let's just say no mitigating evidence.
Yeah.
And then they can,
right.
That's not like, yeah. And there are two other things they talked about. One was that before they even filed the motion saying that they were going to do not guilty by reason of insanity as their defense, that the state asked the court for permission to have her evaluated by a psychiatrist or by a forensic psych. And the court granted it. And the defense is saying, well, we hadn't even said that that was going to be our defense yet. And because you did that prematurely, we had to turn over discovery that we potentially wouldn't have had to turn over yet. Or we could have changed our strategy, but we couldn't because we already had to share that. Like basically the state had one up on us from the get-go, and that's not fair. I don't really.
So that would be against the judge's ruling then?
Yeah. To allow that to happen. And the whole thing about her reading Crime and Punishment.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Her therapist is stupid. Like her therapist got up there, I think, and said that she had been reading Crime and Punishment. And like she had read some other books too, but nobody highlighted those. But because it was Crime and Punishment, a book about a guy who tries to commit a crime and then be found not guilty by reason of insanity before the crime, that she must have planned it all from reading that. Now, have you ever read that book?
No, I've tried.
It's very hard to read. I have tried too. It is very difficult to understand and read. I know Carly was smart, but I have a really hard time believing that she read that particular book.
Yeah.
And came up with this plan.
Yeah. You'd think it'd be a better plan.
Yeah, it's just so abstract. And like, again, I know she was smart, but like,
yeah.
I feel like the Sylvia Plath, the Bell Jar was probably more.
That's a good book.
Would have been better evidence that she was cuckoo than anything. But of course you have Irish Luna. Of course
you've read everything.
So smart.
So you think she's real rehabilitatable?
I do. I think.
I do too.
I mean, I don't know 100%. Of course, we don't know that about anybody, but like, yeah.
I just don't think there was a whole lot of information to gather conclusions. You know what I mean?
Right. They didn't take enough time. It wasn't laid out very well. And I don't know what. I feel the judges seem to be more like, well, I don't know. If it didn't happen until July where that statute changed about juveniles being not being allowed to be there for life. I don't know how the court rectifies that. Like,
yeah,
it has to be statutory.
I could be wrong, but there was something about July.
Yeah. Yeah. And yes, Irish Luna, that's a good point. That book is not really about let's plan injera. It's about how to plan a perfect crime and how that's not really possible to do. Like, you're not going to succeed, which maybe she read it and didn't understand it and she gleaned the wrong thing from it, but I don't know. I mean, come on. I would be more inclined to think she planned this watching reels on TikTok than reading Crime and Punishment. But anyways, I don't know what the Supreme Court judges, they're just like,
man, I love them.
I do too. I love that format.
But I love how they question both sides, like making them prove both sides. I love it because that's how my brain works.
Yeah.
Always the devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know someone else who's always like that.
Yeah.
And there he is, right on cue.
Yes.
So I know, like, the defense gets up there and it's like, the appellate attorney's like, blah, 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 life without parole. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. It's like first sentence. Like he doesn't even get to get his, and he's got a clock ticking in front of him. So I love it.
Oh, when they question him, like, well, did you object to this in the trial? And he's like, no.
Right.
No, I did not. Oops.
I mean, that's probably like, right? If they don't object, there's nothing that can be done about it. Like, I feel like the whole mitigating evidence thing, they agreed not to do it.
The whole point of objecting is for appeals. And you just.
But if you're appealing based on ineffective assistance because they didn't object, can they do that? You know what I mean? Can they do that?
Maybe.
I don't know if she's in GRI. I do know.
I would like to see her evaluations, but that
Me
can't happen.
I know. Stupid protected health information. I mean, you told us everything else. Might as well. I don't know about that, but I do know at the very least that she was troubled and disturbed and needs mental health treatment and is not going to get better in isolation in a prison, in an adult prison, which is where she is right now, in isolation.
See, that's
because she's a minor.
I wish I understood more about how they determine which minors are tried as adults. Why are some and not others? Why do some 16-year-olds get parole after 15 years, Mackenzie Shirilla, and this little girl, no parole? That's just crazy to me.
Yeah. Mackenzie was like a week away from being, or 2 weeks away from being 18 too.
Yeah.
And this girl's 14. There was a hearing about it. What is it? Is it the Miller hearing? Is that what it is with what they decide? We can look that up, I guess, at some point and educate our non-lawyer selves. But even so, tried as an adult, even so, you're still
it was
minor.
Vehicular. What does that mean? It was still premeditated. It was still the taking of 2 lives. Why does it matter? It's less.
It was bad. The weapon was the car.
That doesn't make sense in my brain.
The law is weird.
And fallible.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So you hope they say what? They change her sentence, or she gets a new trial, or what?
I think it's probably unlikely she gets a new trial.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that works with changing her sentence. If it was up to the jury to decide that, like, so how do they change the sentence? They just change it. The Supreme Court just changes it. Like, it doesn't have to go back through mitigation or anything. Oh, hi. I don't know. I'm by myself now. It doesn't have to go back through anything. I don't know. Their Supreme Court wand and be like, whoosh, you get parole.
Did you just disappear? Because I disappeared.
You disappeared. Okay. I did not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something, but I don't remember now. Oh, I don't remember.
I also think it's interesting, the parole process, because Irish Luna just said, I think all minors should be given a chance at parole because at 14, you never know what'll happen after 30 years. I think that, I wonder how subjective is parole? That's what I'm thinking. Right? So you have this board, because I kind of feel like after 15 years, if she's checked all the boxes, there shouldn't be a subjective measure, or there shouldn't be subjective measure about it.
Right. Like somebody feels like the vibes are not there or something.
Yeah. It's like, if you've completed these classes, you don't have a disciplinary record that's substantial, that doesn't have whatever level of disciplinary, you have been in treatment, taking your medication, you have, like, I don't know. I just feel like, like her, when she's 30 years old, like, also, there needs to be some kind of mandated programming and different intervention for a 14-year-old in an adult prison. Like, what? She can't even go to groups or do anything because she can't be with the adults.
Yeah.
What the heck how is she going to earn parole?
And there's
for
no
the first 6 years,
there's nothing like tailored for her.
in the first 6 years, she's isolated. So basically, she'll be a 30-year-old, 14-year-old trying to get paroled. I don't know. Doesn't seem right.
With skills. No, I don't like it.
Right. Right. Probably more psychotic than ever, to be honest.
Yeah. Institutionalized, for sure.
See, and Mackenzie, serious vibes, but her vibes are backed up by concrete evidence. She already has a disciplinary record. Like,
and she was pretty reprehensible before she got into all this trouble.
Yeah. Her own statements, I think your own statement should be one of the factors on there that make it less subjective, like, and all these phone calls and stuff. Like, if there's evidence of your innards.
Yeah. That makes me think of that clock in Ohio.
Oh my gosh. No. I know. Gross. The cornucopia of intestines.
Mm-hmm. Nasty.
So bottom line is, I don't really have a lot of hope for her because I just know appeals don't usually work. But
really?
Because what happens, so like the one I thought we were going to talk about today, Sydney Powell, her appeal was granted, and now they're appealing the appeal on the other side.
Mm.
So how long is she going to have to wait for that now? Like,
yeah. You're pretty close to that one, right?
Yeah. I know someone who worked on that one.
Yeah. Well, that's rough. And Morgan Geyser.
Yeah, well, that's also who I thought we were going to talk about. And I had all kinds of thoughts running through my head this morning getting ready until I realized that's not even her. They all look alike. All these white psychotic
something revoked, and I'm like, I thought we already thought.
I know, I'm like, and then it dawned on me. It's like, I feel like she already consented to that being revoked, and that's it. The end. Why are we going back? Oh, just Rachel. Never mind. This is Sydney Powell. No, they already did her Supreme Court.
Wow.
Mississippi. Yeah. Okay.
Bless your heart. Nice. Bless your heart.
Wait, then I did something else. There was something else I did. I can't remember. What was it?
You were trying to do time conversion or something.
I was like, I need to go back to bed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm not disappointed it's Carly and not Morgan. Because whatever. I wished it was Sydney Powell's new trial. That's what I wished it was. I wish it was Sydney Powell's like pre-trial hearing or something. Well, you did question it, Irish Luna. Eventually, you're the one that snapped me out of it.
Talk amongst yourselves. I'm going back to see.
Oh, to see what else I did. And I was like, all right, I'm scared to make any decisions today. Because I do not know what I'm talking about. I was in the midst of scheduling. I had just gotten the proposed schedule for my daughter's audition coaching, and she sent me like these 3 different months worth of potential appointments I could sign up for. And I was trying to match it with my home calendar and my work calendar and how to get her there. And I was also reading chat, and I was also anticipating this. And I was also thinking about a report I needed to have done by noon. Yes, Irish, you were the one that snapped me out of it.
No, you did good.
Yeah. And then they started talking in this hearing, and I was like, what are they talking about? And I had to rewind and take notes because
Yeah. You need to get your medication just checked.
There's just not enough potency in any medication that's going to help me. Okay.
Well, at least you're pretty.
Trust. That'll get me somewhere, right?
Yes.
Midlife crisis, maybe, but.
Okay, what else?
I got nothing else. What else you guys got?
I got nothing.
Me neither. I gotta go work. This was fun. All right, fine. Go. I gotta go pick up my child.
Okay. Well, have a good day. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.